B are sitting, and the river bank is U. What is this? V equal to 5 kilometer per hour. Velocity of the boat with respect to ground, or velocity of boat with respect to river only. You have to be very careful. There's a velocity of boat with respect to river it is. If you're getting confusion, you can write VBR. Velocity of boat with respect to river it is. Width of the
Sir,
river
that is
given.
velocity in still water, sir. That is velocity of the river only.
Oh, velocity of river is here.
No, sir, that is relative velocity only.
Actually, what is the reason? Say, actually, uh, I think when you have to. So
Taking water as rest, so it will be relative velocity.
Understood, sir.
actually, say like once again, I'm putting this one. This will be very confusion. Actually, if you're crossing the river, if the boat moves with a velocity VBR, the water will appear at rest. I think this I cannot say more than this. One has to realize, or else one should understand, imagine, or else you go to any river where it is flowing and try to cross the boat. And if you move with a velocity VBR, the water will appear at rest. That's why it is called like a still water. Okay, this is so whenever you get situation, I think straight away you can go for it, because see, river still, how it is possible? Not possible, no. So that's totally ruled out. So it should be VBR only. It was found that both reach at sea at same time. Assume that path of the boats are straight lines, width of the river, and water is flowing. Okay, one has to, he should like row the boat at shortest interval of time, or shortest path. We'll take this particular line, one reference line will take it. So how is velocity should be? It should be directed here. This is velocity of A with respect to ground. Absolute velocity it should be. Or shall I say velocity of boat with respect to velocity of A with respect to river. Then this is velocity of river, so that the absolute velocity will be in this direction. Similarly, the B what happened, E should row the boat VBR, velocity of river, so that the absolute velocity now will be like this. So he should swim at an, or he should row the boat at an angle alpha up the stream. It should be the down the stream. This should be. Any symbols you can take help of, any symbols, not vertical. Okay, let this be beta. With respect to vertical or any of the symbols you can take help of. So this alpha, this is what VAR. What is this dotted line? Path of A with respect to ground. Path of B. I think you know enough of formulas. So whenever this river boat comes, so what is the method? You resolve the velocity along X, along Y. We will determine the time taken to cross the river, the component of velocity of boat with respect to ground perpendicular to river current, and we will determine the drift component of velocity of the boat with respect to ground along x-axis. And first, let me solve with respect to VBR, so that will be easy for you. So what is the basic methodology of this all? VB Rx should be equal to VBX minus VRX. Am I right? So VBX is what? Should be 0 in this case. So then only what happen, you can swim, like put all the signs here. So for the shortest path, what happen, this should be 0, no? for the shortest path because the drift should be 0. So VBX should be 0. Then VBRX should be equal to VBR sine alpha negative sign, and they should be equal to plus U. So VBR sine alpha is equal to U. U we know it, 3. This is 5. So we know alpha no. Okay, this at what angle it should swing. So now what is the time taken to cross? How much of time the two friends cross the river? So shall we calculate the time? Any formula for this? So this width of the river, he has given L, the symbol, L by root of, where VR is U, VRX, I'll write it. Both are having same, VAR, VBR are same. After this is asking the distance L. You can find out from here also. Okay, let's go for this one. To get the distance L, we know VAR, we know VR. We have to calculate this distance L, that one. So shall we do one thing? What is this L? The distance that is there on the bank. So if you can calculate the velocity of A, BA, I think we can get that particular. For that, what happen? We know VR and VR. Somehow what happen? We should get the VB, this beta. If you know beta, then we can calculate the component of velocity along x-axis. So I'll do one thing. So I know VR, I know time. So what component of velocity will determine to cross the river? So VB, VA, Y should be equal to L by T. I'll come to this one little bit. In books, everything formula is there. But here what we should do, everything what happened, we should take help of VAB bar equal to VA bar minus VB bar. V12 bar equal to V1 bar minus V2 bar. That's all, finish all. The total, almost 90% of riverboat problems you can manage. Riverboat or rain umbrella problems. I'll proceed like this. Okay, let's come for VARY is equal to okay, no. So VAY minus VR. Why I'm doing? I wanted to find out beta. I'm trying this method. With this one. So now who will determine time taken to cross the river for the boat A, the y component of velocity. So shall we write the equation here? VAY is in fact will be L by T. Time taken, the y component of velocity of boat A with respect to ground will determine to have this particular displacement L and reach C. When it moves from A to C, what is vertical displacement will be equal to L. So we know L line capital T from here. I'll get VAY. And what is VRY? VRY will be 0. Okay, VRY, what is value of VRY? VRY will be 0. Because how the river is flowing? River is flowing along x-axis, no? Put it like this. So I got VRY. So if I know VARY, so what is VARY is equal to VAR cos beta. What is VAR? VAR equal to VBR is equal to 5 kilometer per hour. Okay, this will be L by T 5 cos beta. So I know the value. Why you are finding out cos beta? Now I can calculate the L. So we'll determine the time taken to have a displacement L. So shall we say this L is a drift? L is a drift. So for the drift, what happens? The x component of that. So this L should be equal to what you should write? VAR. So like a VAX into T. How to bring VAX T? Again the same formula. VARX equal to so what is VARX should be equal to VAR sine beta. It is towards right. VAX is what needed. Okay, that will be towards right. And this is what? Plus U. So now this will become VAR sine beta. That you substitute here. Okay, I think I'll give number. Huh? So this will be, or I'll shift this down. Huh? It will be. Okay, about this one. So you in books you have maximum. They have solved every question with help of directly says some formula. I suggest you take help of relative velocity. VA B bar equal to VA bar minus VB bar along X along Y. Well, component of velocity of swimmer with respect to river or select velocity of swimmer with respect to ground along x-axis will determine drift. Velocity of swimmer with respect to ground along y-axis will determine the time taken to cross the river. That is enough. 90% of problems can be analyzed very easily. Only few problems are there where we have to think in different way. These are the types of numericals what you can expect in advance. You check the riverboat now, only twice they've asked. It's left to you to what extent. And mains, okay, anything they ask, very simple ideas will be there. Getting idea, all of you, this one. So please do have this approach. I feel this is the best thing. You need not to bother anything, that one. X component, X component of swimmer with respect to ground drift, X component, Y component of swimmer with respect to ground will determine time. The value of L will be 4.5 kilometer. And this time is what? 3/4 hour. These are the answers. You check the notes. In my notes, what happened? The same method is what I just brought it. Then later on, we made them as formulas for shortest time, shortest path. Okay, there's a time. Shortest time, we have one particular thing. There's a shortest path. Okay, like this again, we made some conditions. We brought that formula. Okay, I'll scroll down. So 2-3 problems you pick up, analyze. That'll be sufficient, I feel. Okay, let me come back to laws of motion. Few wedge constraints will focus more. Today I picked up more wedge constraint problems so that almost basic ideas